A very good evening to all of you. You're watching News Tonight. My name is Aditi Nagpal Girotra. Let's get the news rolling with the headlines first. Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar makes statement on the novel coronavirus in the Rajya Sabha, says an Indian medical team will reach Italy by Thursday, assures Upper House that central government is committed to the safety and welfare of Indians living anywhere in any part of the world affected by the virus. Violence in Delhi was part of a deep-rooted conspiracy, says Union Home Minister Amit Shah in the Lok Sabha, asserts that Delhi police controlled situation in time. All parties condemned destruction in the national capital during the discussion. Jyotiraditya Scindia quits Congress. BJP President JP Nadda gives him primary membership at the BJP headquarters in Delhi. Party also declared Scindia its Rajya Sabha candidate from Madhya Pradesh. BJP announces 11 candidates, including 2 allies, for elections to the 55 Rajya Sabha seats. NCP President Sharad Pawar files nomination from Maharashtra. JMM President Shibu Soren from Jharkhand. And deaths due to the novel coronavirus cross 4,200 worldwide. Virus spreads to over 100 countries. Latest cases reported from Sri Lanka, more than 60 infections in India. Government decides to make all its health advisories on the subject compulsorily enforceable by states and union territories. Home Minister Amit Shah on Wednesday vowed not to spare anyone involved in the Delhi violence, irrespective of their religion, caste or party affiliation. Replying to a discussion in Lok Sabha on the Delhi violence, Shah said, prima facie, the violence appears to be a pre-planned conspiracy. The minister said around 60 social media accounts were created on 22nd February and were closed down on 26th of February. He added that 1,100 rioters had been identified with the help of face identification software.
सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से लगभग 60 अकाउंट ऐसे मिले जो 22 के दिन शुरू हुए और 26 के दिन बंद हो गए। 60 अकाउंट, और वो क्या समझते हैं बंद करने से बच जाएंगे क्या? जहां पर भी है पुलिस ढूंढ कर निकालेगी, ढूंढ कर निकालेगी। मान्यवर 25 मामले हमने आईटी एक्ट के तहत दर्ज कर चुके हैं, उनको भी ढूंढ के निकालेंगे। मान्यवर हमने विज्ञापन और सोशल मीडिया से भी अफवाहों से दूर रहने का हमने किया। मान्यवर पैसा भी दिल्ली में पहुंचाया गया है, ये भी षड्यंत्र का हिस्सा है। हम इसकी तह तक जाएंगे। इसकी रिसीव करने वाले लोगों को पुलिस ने अरेस्ट कर लिया है, मगर पैसा भी पहुंचाया गया है, सोशल मीडिया से भड़काया गया।
While expressing grief over the death of people in the violence, Shah said the Delhi police has succeeded in controlling violence within 36 hours.
ये 20 लाख लोगों के बीच में जो दंगा हो रहा था, इसको दिल्ली में स्प्रेड नहीं होने देना ये बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी थी, और मैं मानता हूं कि इसको बहुत अच्छे तरीके से दिल्ली पुलिस ने निभाया है। ये हिंसा मान्यवर दिल्ली के 4% क्षेत्र और 13% आबादी तक सीमित रखने का काम दिल्ली पुलिस ने किया है। दिल्ली में कुल 203 पुलिस थाने हैं, उसमें से 12 थानों में हिंसा रुकी गई और भड़काने का प्रयास तो सब जगह हुआ था, परंतु ये 12 स्थानों तक हिंसा रुकी रही। मैं मानता हूं मान्यवर कि ये सबसे पहली जिम्मेदारी दिल्ली पुलिस के सर पर थी कि हिंसा को रोकना।
Earlier, leaders cutting across party lines condemned the Delhi violence.
इस दंगे में बंदूक और गोलाबारी से भी कहीं अधिक घातक साबित हुआ। आप मुझे बताइए किसके घर के ऊपर लोहे के एंगल को जमाकर गुलेल रखी जाती है और एक साजिश के तहत हर 10वें घर के ऊपर एक गुलेल पाई गई, हर 10वें घर को इंगित करके एक गुलेल पाई गई और ईंटों का जखीरा शायद दिल्ली ने पहले कभी नहीं देखा था। ऐसा ईंटों का जखीरा जो है वो भी यहाँ पे पाया गया कि निगम के सफाई कर्मचारियों को समझ नहीं आया कि ये सड़क बनाने की कुवैत है कि बोरियों में भरकर उनको ऊपर ले जाया गया।
दंगा में ना हिंदू का जय होते हैं ना मुसलमान का विजय होते हैं, लेकिन इंसानियत जरूर पराजय होते हैं। पराजय अगर होते हैं तो इंसानियत की पराजय होते हैं। तो ये दंगा में, दिल्ली की दंगा में अगर किसी को पराजय हुए हैं वो हमारा इंसानियत की पराजय है।
नहीं करना चाहता हूं, लेकिन ये जानना चाहता हूं कि क्या डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के दौरे के उस वक्त में अपने देश में हिंसा निर्माण करें और उनको दिखा दे कि भारत में शांति नहीं है। ऐसी एजेंसी जो अपने देश में काम करने वाली है उनका खोज करना, उनके ऊपर पाबंदी लाना अपने सारे एजेंसी का काम है, शासनकर्ता का भी काम है। जब वहां पाकिस्तान के आतंकवादी अड्डे उद्ध्वस्त करने में हमारी सेना सफल होती है तो दिल्ली में ये आतंकवादी कार्रवाई करने वाले लोगों को पाबंदी लाने में असफलता क्यों प्राप्त हुई, ये हमें जानकारी करने का हमारा अधिकार है।
Continuing the lineage of Dr. Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy Garu, who was a strong votary of religious tolerance, his son Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu and our party are of the firm belief that God is one and there is no place for religious intolerance. Sir, firm action should be taken against those who are trying to whip up religious passions and bring in hatred in the name of religion or God.
23, 24, 25 फरवरी को दिल्ली में जो हिंसक घटनाएं हुई उस पर हम चर्चा कर रहे हैं। महोदय, दिल्ली में जो कुछ भी हुआ उसकी जितनी निंदा की जाए, जितनी भर्त्सना की जाए वो कम हो। सभ्य समाज में ऐसी घटनाओं का कोई स्थान नहीं। इससे देश का माहौल खराब होता है और देश का जो विकास है वो प्रभावित होता है। पूरा प्रशासन तंत्र इस तरह के कामों में उलझ जाता है। तो इसलिए इसकी जितनी भर्त्सना की जाए वो कम है। और पूरा सबको मालूम है कि देश में जो पिछले कई महीनों से जो देश का माहौल खराब किया जा रहा है उसका यह परिणाम।
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has said that the government is committed to the safety and return of all Indians stranded in Iran and making focused efforts for their safe return. Making a statement in Rajya Sabha on the Indians stranded due to restrictions placed in the wake of coronavirus outbreak, the minister said that India will be sending a team of doctors to Italy by Thursday for testing its nationals for coronavirus to bring them back.
As government started receiving information about the spike in coronavirus cases in Iran, as a precautionary measure, direct flights between India and Iran were temporarily suspended with effect from 27 February. Advisories were issued to avoid travel and returning passengers were started to be screened. This is an ongoing exercise. Our embassy in Tehran and consulates in Bandar Abbas and Zahedan naturally reached out immediately to Indian nationals in Iran to ascertain their welfare. An advisory was issued asking our nationals to observe appropriate precautions. Emergency contact details of the Indian mission were put out. Embassy and consulate officials have been reassuring Indian nationals and ensuring they are in good health and had adequate provisions.
The minister said India has brought back its 58 citizens from Iran. Jaishankar added that a team of 6 health officials has been deputed to Iran in order to set up testing and sampling facilities there. He informed that 108 samples were received in India on 7th March of this month. He said 58 Indians, including 25 men, 31 women and 2 children, were repatriated in special flight on 10th of March.
Over the last few days, government has been making focused efforts for the safe return of stranded Indians. Given the scale of COVID-19 infection and its pressures on Iran's own resources, a team of 6 Indian health officials has been deputed to Iran in order to set up testing and sampling facilities there. The first batch of 108 samples were received in India on 7 March. These were tested and 58 Indian pilgrims, 25 men, 31 women and 2 children who tested negative were repatriated in a special IAF C-17 flight on 10 March. We have also received samples of 529 more Indians on this flight, which are being tested in the National Institute of Virology, Pune.
Several Rajya Sabha members expressed their views on the spread of novel coronavirus and also suggested ways for evacuating stranded Indians abroad.
जो 1000 के करीब बच्चे यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में पढ़ते हैं और जो पिलग्रिमेज के लिए वहाँ गए हैं, उनमें से कितने लोग अभी तक हिंदुस्तान वापस अपने देश में लौटे हैं और अगर नहीं लौटे हैं तो कब तक वो लौटेंगे और उनका स्टेटस क्या है अभी?
Yesterday I received news from Kanyakumari district. That is, the fishermen, more or less about 1,000 fishermen are there. The news is food is available only for 2-3 days and water also is available for 2-3 days. After that, there is no guarantee. They said, we can't do anything. This is a very serious matter. You kindly take up the issue with the concerned government.
Indians are stranded at Milan Airport for the last 24 hours. Out of that, 28 are from Kerala. Last 24 hours, they are in the airport. Now the airport is deserted except Indians are there. They are not getting any food, any help, so they are all panicky. And the relatives in our state, they are also panicky. I would like to know what steps the government is taking to bring back Kerala and India.
Not to create panic in any communication which we do. That's the first one. And the second one is to look at what some of the state governments have done in the last 7-8 days while they've been disrupting parliament here. Two suggestions from a state government like mine in Bengal, 2 things which work very well. I want to share those suggestions.
Hundreds of Keralites are blocked in Italy. Several numbers of Keralites, they are in the airport. The air tickets issued are cancelled from the airport. And a group of fishermen in Iran, it is also mentioned in your note. Moreover that, several workers who have come from Gulf countries on leave, they are not in a position to return to their leave, to their job. Our Chief Minister requested to Government of India to intervene in this matter and make arrangements for the transportation.
That only after screening and testing of those people's samples, and if they are found to be negative, they are brought back. Until then, those who are stranded there, especially the fishermen who are from Tamil Nadu, they are lack of food and water and everything, basic amenities. So kindly, please ensure through our embassy that they are fulfilled with their basic needs at least, and also safeguarded from this effect of this coronavirus.
The border across Bihar and Nepal and Bengal and Bangladesh, I thought the land borders are sometimes very porous, whether adequate steps have been taken.
Many of them are now facing difficulties to go back. Please ensure that they will get their jobs once they get back there. Number 2, the masks and sanitizers not available anywhere now.
With 2 fresh cases of novel coronavirus in Mumbai, total number of positive cases in the country rises to 62. With Mumbai recording its first case, the number of persons in Maharashtra who have tested positive for coronavirus has gone up to 7. Health Ministry said there are 62 positive cases of COVID-19, including the 3 cases from Kerala discharged earlier. 12 fresh cases of COVID-19 have been reported on Wednesday. Among these, 8 cases are from Kerala, 1 from Rajasthan and 1 from Delhi. As per latest travel advisory issued on Tuesday, passengers with travel history to China, Hong Kong, Republic of Korea, Japan, Italy, Thailand, Singapore, Iran, Malaysia, France, Spain and Germany should undergo self-imposed quarantine for a period of 14 days from the date of their arrival. The Jammu and Kashmir administration has ordered closure of all educational institutes across the Union Territory till 31st March as a precautionary measure amid the coronavirus scare. Cinema halls in all the 10 districts of Jammu division will also remain closed till 31st March. As the coronavirus showed signs of abating after virtually shutting down China for over 2 months, the communist nation limped back to normalcy with measured opening of businesses in the worst-hit Wuhan city. However, authorities reported 22 new fatalities, taking the death toll to 3,158. A day after Chinese President Xi Jinping's first visit to Wuhan, Chinese officials on Wednesday announced differentiated business and production resumption plans based on the epidemic situations. China also began initiating measures to gradually restart its massive economic engine, which was virtually remained shut down since January 4th week. The overall confirmed cases on the mainland reached 80,778 by the end of Tuesday. Iran announced 63 new deaths from the novel coronavirus in the past 24 hours. In a televised news conference, Health Ministry said that 958 new cases have been identified, raising the total number to 9,000. Overall, 354 people have lost their lives in Iran. Meanwhile, British Health Minister and Conservative MP Nadine Dorries has been diagnosed with coronavirus. Dorries said that health officials have started tracing people she had been in contact with. 6 people with the virus have died in the UK, which has a total of 382 cases. Italy has vowed to spend up to 25 billion euros to fight a new coronavirus epidemic that has killed 631 people and put hospitals and the economy under severe strain. Italy has enforced an extraordinary sweeping lockdown in hopes of not becoming the next epicenter of the spreading novel coronavirus epidemic. Italian civil protection authorities said infections in Italy crossed the 10,000 mark. Rajya Sabha on Wednesday adjourned several times through the day before the government and the opposition agreed to a discussion in the House on Thursday on the recent violence in Delhi. As soon as the House conducted formal business, the opposition members protested over several issues. 0 hour and question hour were both stalled yet again. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu urged members to allow the House to function. But as the protests continued, Chairman adjourned the House till 2 p.m.
क्या इतना दिन चलेगा ऐसा? मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा, मन में बहुत पीड़ा हो रही। ये तो हाउस, You want to defy the chair? You want to challenge the chair? I have to name you. This is nothing is going on record. Their names has to go on record, saying they try to disturb the house. Take note.
Post-lunch, Deputy Chairman Harivansh said, tried to take up 2 important ordinances, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Ordinance 2019 and the Mineral Laws Amendment Ordinance 2020, but in vain.
ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स, 2 बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट बिल हाउस के सामने हैं जिन्हें आज हमें क्लियर करना है। प्लीज, दोनों के लिए 2 घंटे टाइम एलोकेटेड है। दोनों ऑर्डिनेंस रिप्लेसिंग बिल हैं। आप इसका महत्व समझते हैं। बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट बिल्स हैं जिनको आज हम प्रॉपरली डिस्कस करके हम दें, इसलिए क्योंकि ऑनरेबल प्रेसिडेंट का 13 तक इसमें एसेंट होना है और आप जानते हैं कि ऑर्डिनेंस लैप्स होने पर ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव क्राइसिस होगी। इसलिए सर्टेन फॉर्मेलिटीज हैव टू बी कंप्लीटेड टुडे बिफोर सेंडिंग फॉर द एसेंट।
Leader of the opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman also expressed their views on the matter. Azad then agreed to discuss the Delhi violence on Thursday. After that, the Deputy Chairman adjourned the House till 11 a.m. on 12th March.
अगर कल हम 11 बजे बाकी चीज़ों को अलग रख के आपके 2 बिल लंच तक हम पास कर देंगे और 2 बजे हम दिल्ली पे डिस्कशन करेंगे तो हमारे साथियों को भी कोई आपत्ति नहीं होगी और जो आज के लिए हमने 267 दिया है उसमें भी बाधा नहीं पड़ेगा और ऑर्डिनेंस भी पास होगा। माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी की अनुमति भी मिल जाएगी। मेरे ख्याल में मैं दूसरा बीच में मिडवे solution आपको देता हूं।
I want to humbly submit that this bill, even as the ordinance is in place till tomorrow, and I had highlighted the fact that I need at least 12 hours before I approach the Rashtrapati ji on this. I just want to place it in the record here that this was being considered by the standing committee, and as soon as the committee's report had come, that day itself we had approached the Lok Sabha and it got passed. Yes, in the morning itself this could have been discussed. I agree, I concede that point. And I must appreciate Azad ji because he was very gracious enough to point this point out and said that he will definitely like to cooperate in the interest of the legislation. And I appreciate his gesture. But I would humbly submit that the House please do take this into consideration.
Several candidates filed their nominations for the election to 55 seats in the Rajya Sabha across 17 states on 26th of March. NCP Chief Sharad Pawar filed his nomination in Mumbai for the Rajya Sabha election. The former Union Minister filed his nomination in the Vidhan Bhavan complex. He was accompanied by NCP leaders from the state. JMM President Shibu Soren also filed the nomination papers for the upcoming upper house elections in Jharkhand. Polling for 2 of the total 6 Rajya Sabha seats from Jharkhand will be held on 26th of March. Meanwhile, BJD candidates filed their nomination papers for 4 Rajya Sabha seats. Subhash Singh, Munna Khan, Sujit Kumar and Mamta Mahanta filed their nomination papers in the presence of BJD Chief Naveen Patnaik. The last date for filing of nominations is 13th of March. Jyotiraditya Scindia joined the BJP on Wednesday, a day after ending his nearly 2-decade-long association with the Congress party. He was inducted into the party by BJP President JP Nadda. After joining, Scindia hailed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership and said the country's future is in secure hands. He also talked about his decades-old association with the Congress, saying he was hurt and distressed as he was unable to serve the people while in that party. Scindia also criticized the Congress, saying the party is far removed from reality.
हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष के रूप में हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी नरेंद्र मोदी जी के दिखाए हुए रास्ते पर हमारे गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी पूर्व अध्यक्ष के दिखाए हुए रास्ते पर और हजारों सैकड़ों करोड़ों भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ मिलकर जनसेवा और देश के विकास में योगदान का अवसर मुझे मिलेगा। मैंने सदैव माना है जिंदगी में कि हमारा लक्ष्य इस भारत मां में जनसेवा होना चाहिए।
Soon after Scindia joined the BJP, the party named him as its Rajya Sabha candidate from Madhya Pradesh for the elections to be held on 26th of March. Welcoming Jyotiraditya Scindia into the party fold, BJP President JP Nadda said he was joining his family. With Jyotiraditya Scindia joining the BJP, the entire Scindia family is now part of the Saffron Party. While his father, Madhavrao Scindia, was in the Congress, his grandmother, Vijaya Raje Scindia, was one of the founder members of the BJP, and his aunts, Yashodhara Raje Scindia and Vasundhara Raje Scindia, are active members of the party.
वरिष्ठतम नेता स्वर्गीय राजमाता सिंधिया जी को जो भारतीय जनसंघ और भारतीय जनता पार्टी दोनों की स्थापना और स्थापना से लेकर विचारधारा को बढ़ाने में एक बहुत बड़ा योगदान राजमाता सिंधिया जी का रहा है हमारी पार्टी को और हमारी विचारधारा को बढ़ाने में। आज हमारे लिए बहुत ही खुशी की बात है कि उनके पौत्र ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया जी आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी में शामिल हुए हैं। मैं अपनी ओर से और सभी कार्यकर्ताओं की तरफ से उनका आने पर हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूं और स्वागत करता हूं।
Jyotiraditya Scindia's exit from the Congress along with 22 party MLAs has put the 14-month-old Kamal Nath government in deep crisis. A total of 22 MLAs, mostly Scindia's loyalists, have revolted against the Kamal Nath government and are in Bengaluru. Faced with a crisis, the Kamal Nath government scrambled to guard its flock, sending several Congress MLAs to Jaipur for safekeeping. The Madhya Pradesh government has a wafer-thin majority of just 4 above the majority mark of 116. If the resignations of the 22 MLAs are accepted, the party will lose power in the state. State Bank of India rationalized interest rate on all saving banks account to a flat 3% on Wednesday. This move will affect 44.51 crore account holders. Currently, the interest rate on SBI saving accounts is 3.25% for deposits up to Rs 1 lakh and 3% for deposits above Rs 1 lakh. SBI has also waived the requirement for maintaining minimum balance in saving bank accounts. SBI reduced its fixed deposit rates for certain tenures and marginal cost of funds-based lending rates across various tenures. And now let's talk about environment and climate change. Latest UN climate report shows that climate change has a major effect on all aspects of the environment as well as on the health and well-being of the global population. The report documents physical signs of climate change, such as increasing land and ocean heat, accelerating sea level rise and melting ice, along with the effect on socio-economic development, human health, migration and displacement, food security, and land and marine ecosystems. UN Chief Antonio Guterres warned that the world is currently nowhere near meeting the 1.5 degrees Celsius or 2 degrees Celsius targets that Paris Agreement of 2015 calls for. Since the 1980s, each successive decade has been warmer than any preceding decade. Last year, emissions dropped in developed countries despite the growing economy, which means that the economic growth can be detached from emission growth. However, in the rest of the world, emissions grew last year. So, to solve this problem, all the countries need to be on board and committed about climate mitigation. And with this, it's a wrap on this edition of News Tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.